Hi guys, today I'd like to show you 10 quick and easy hairstyles based on a high ponytail. Some of them work for medium length hair and all of them work for long hair. I hope you're going to enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments which hairstyle you liked most. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. So let's begin. That's the length of my natural hair, and some of the hairstyles that I'm going to show you today work great for this hair length, for shorter hair, because the styling is based on top and sides of your head. But for other hairstyles, I'm going to need much longer and thicker ponytail. So I'm going to attach my Glam Time clip-in hair extensions, and I'm going to show you how I do it to create the most natural effect. First of all, the color of the extensions should match the color of your ends. My ends are much lighter than my roots, so the color of the extensions is super light. I'm going to create a tiny ponytail in the center of my head and attach the extensions just like that around that ponytail, weft by weft. I usually start from the smaller wefts and then move on to the larger ones. You don't really need to use the whole set of extensions. Here I think I did because I want to get the most dramatic effect, but on other occasions I use 3 wefts and that gives me just enough volume, to create a nice natural looking ponytail. Once it's done, I'm going to use the remaining hair to cover the extensions. So I simply bring it back and brush it out. This way I'm going to get nice, smooth results. Finally, I can secure my hair with a hair tie. And in case of that much volume, I'm going to use 2 hair ties. This way I can be sure that my ponytail will stay in place all day long. At this point, I like to use the sharp end of my brush to even out eventual bumps, just like that. And as a finishing touch of elegance, I'm going to separate a thin strand of hair from my ponytail, wrap it around the hair ties, and secure it in place with a bobby pin. I insert it right under the base of the ponytail, trying to avoid the hair extensions. I also left a couple of shorter strands of hair in front to frame my face and give this ponytail a more relaxed look. So that's how my ponytail turns out. You can tell that even though my own hair was straight and the extensions were slightly curled, the hair blended in perfectly together. This time I didn't even have to straighten the extensions or curl my own hair. The first hairstyle is going to be the easiest ever, literally everyone can do it. You're going to need a couple of clear elastic bands or maybe dark elastic bands in case your hair is dark, and you simply tie your hair under your main headband with those elastic bands, and then you tug on your hair to give some volume to each bubble, just like that. You work on a single bubble at a time, so after you tie your hair, you spend a moment creating the right shape and volume, and then you move on to the following bubble. I'm going to have 3 of them. And that's the finished look. What do you think? The following hairstyle is going to be a fishtail braid, and it's actually the regular fishtail braid, it's just that we use the high ponytail to create it. So we separate the ponytail in 2 equal parts, then we split a tiny strand of hair from one side and bring it over to the other side. Then we do a symmetric procedure, we split a tiny strand of hair from that side and bring it over to the other side, and so on. We split and we cross. 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 When the braid gets quite long, I'm going to bring it over my shoulder and braid my hair, keeping it in front, just for the convenience of styling. Finally, I'm going to secure the ends with a tiny elastic band and spend a moment tugging on my braid. That's my favorite part, that's when the magic happens and I get my braid looking very soft and voluminous. That's what it looks like once I'm done. Personally, I love it. Let me know what you think. And now it's time for a quick day-to-night transformation. Grab your braid and wrap it around the base of the ponytail, just like that. All you have to do is secure it with a couple of strong bobby pins and you're ready to go. Isn't it fantastic? While it may take you some time to create the initial braid, transforming it into a super pretty bun will take you literally a minute. I also wanted to share with you a quick idea on how to style your high ponytail with a scarf or a bandana. It's a super quick procedure. You simply wrap it around the base of your ponytail and secure it in place, but it will add a lot of character to your ponytail. Instead of tying your scarf or a bandana around your ponytail, you can also tie it around your head, just like a regular headband. This will add a totally different feel to your ponytail. A bright scarf will always make a statement. And now I'm going to show you a couple of hairstyles that work even for shorter hair, where you don't need to use any hair extensions, using only the top segment of your hair. So I basically grab two thin strands from that section and start twisting them away from my face. As I go, I add some extra hair to each strand. So I twist and I add some hair. I twist and I add some hair. I direct my twist toward the base of my ponytail and then I simply wrap it around it. I'm going to secure it in place using a bobby pin, just like I did before. I'm going to spend a moment tugging on my hair just to give it a more relaxed and natural look. And that's what it looks like once I'm done. I also left a couple of strands to frame my face. For the following hairstyle, I'm going to use that front section of my hair to create a regular French braid. So I take 3 tiny strands of hair and start crossing them over the middle strand. Every time I cross my strands, I add some extra hair from the side. So I cross and I add extra hair. I cross and I add extra hair. I cross and I add extra hair. I cross and I add some extra hair. Once I incorporate all the hair that I reserved on top of my head into this small French braid, I'm going to braid normally, directing my braid toward the base of the ponytail. I'm going to tie its end with a small elastic just for the time being, and then I'm going to add it to the base of the ponytail and secure them together using another hair tie. Then I can release the small elastic from the ends of the small braid and move on to the following step. That's when I'm going to use a tiny strand of hair from the ponytail to cover the elastic band and secure it with a bobby pin. And that's the finished look. Now I'm going to show you how to create a Dutch braid variation of this hairstyle. So in case of this one, French braid, we were crossing the outer strands over the middle one, but in case of the following hairstyle, we want to bring them under the middle one. So I'm going to grab 3 tiny strands of hair, I bring the left one under the middle one, I bring the right one under the middle one, and when I bring the left one under the middle one for the second time, I add extra hair from the left to the middle strand. I bring the right strand under the middle one, and I add extra hair from the right to the middle strand. I cross and I add. I cross and I add. I keep on crossing my outer strands under the middle one and I add extra hair as I go. Once there is no more hair left to add, I braid normally. I create a tiny braid and I secure it together with the base of my ponytail to merge them together. Now I'm going to tug on the sides of the braid to make it appear more flat and voluminous, and use a tiny strand of hair from the ponytail to cover the elastic band. And that's the finished look. Okay, let's move on to the following hairstyle. Do you remember the bubble braid that I've shown you in the beginning of this video? So let's do something similar but very different at the same time. Let's tie the first bubble, create a hole right above the small elastic band, and flip our ponytail through the hole that we just created, just like that. Now we can tug on the hair under the elastic band and on the hair over the elastic band. This will create an illusion of a tiny fishtail braid. Isn't it pretty? You could leave your hair just like that, or repeat the same procedure one more time, 2 more times. It's totally up to you, and it depends on your personal preference and the length of your hair. Today I'm going to go ahead and create 2 more bubbles. So I create a hole above the tiny elastic band, flip my hair through this hole, and tug on the sides of the hair to create that voluminous soft effect. As you can tell, I could totally stop at this point because I love how my hairstyle turns out, even just like that, but I'm going to create 1 more bubble. This is what it gives. Let me know in the comments which version of this hairstyle do you prefer, the one with 1, 2 or 3 bubbles. And now for those of you who are looking for even quicker and easier hairstyles, I can always recommend a regular 3-strand braid. Just instead of simply tying its end with an elastic band and leaving your hair like that, I always suggest that you spend a moment tugging on the sides of the braid to give it a bigger and softer look. It always makes a huge difference. So I start from the bottom segments of my braid and slowly work my way up. Sometimes I need to do several iterations before I'm totally happy with the result. And that's how my braid turns out. Super simple, yet super effective. Those loose strands of hair that I left in front also make a difference. Let me know in the comments which hairstyle you liked most, and if it's not done yet, don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook and Instagram. I thank you very much for watching, and I see you in my next video. Bye!